Welcome back. This is the United in Stormwind Grid and Goats card review, preview, valuation, stream, podcast, VOD. I'm ADWCTA.
This is Merps. We're talking about Mage, the good
And
old
we're on
tutorial
a
class.
hot streak.
Aha.
Okay, the first card is Hot Streak.
First card is Hot Streak.
It is a 0 mana card. It is a fire spell, and it says your next fire spell this turn costs 2 less.
Ooh.
It's not good.
Solid F plus.
Yeah.
F's in chat. All right. Next.
Next up,
First Flame. This is another fire spell. 1 mana. Deal 2 damage to a minion. Add a second flame to your hand. Second flame is the exact same thing, except you don't add any more. So it's 1 mana. Deal 2 damage to a minion. Can't go face. It's also another fire spell, by the way. So double fire spells. This is good. This is a B. I mean, we've seen cards like this before. It's like, oh, dude, like it's like a twin spell, right? Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Like, remember the twin spell that Hunter said that dealt 1 damage? This deals 2. And that one that dealt 1 damage was, like, pretty playable. So this is definitely good.
Well, that one could go face.
Yeah, that one could go face, which was very good for Hunter. Yes, this one
Which
can't
is very
go
good
face.
for Hunter.
But you know, this one's a fire spell, triggers some more combos. Works with spell damage more just because mages have spell damage more. So yeah, so it's quite a good card. Now it's not insane just because like the meta, this power creep has changed on these cards, right? 1 mana now deals 3 damage to minions. That's like kind of the standard. Now.
That's
so
standard, yeah.
You're actually like you're thinking, oh, 1 mana 2 damage is good. I mean, it is good compared to like everything else, even everything else in this game. But this is getting that size treatment where it's no longer considered so small of a card because it's generating another copy that it's a little less mana efficient.
Okay, right. Next we have Celestial Inkset. It's a weapon, 2 mana for a 0/2 weapon. After you spend 5 mana on spells, reduce the cost of a spell in your hand by 5. Lose 1 durability. Fat F. F's in chat.
I don't know why you want to spend 2 mana, then have to have 2 spells somehow that have to be like at least 4 mana, really, but like hopefully 5 mana or more. And then you only get to do it twice. But then you actually have to spend mana on spells to do it, so you really need like 4 spells to make this work. Like, this is not an arena card.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't know how it's. I just don't understand. It's fine. It's fine. Like, literally never ever draft this. Never, and just hope you don't randomly generate it as well, because then you missed out on a chance to randomly generate a better card. Next we have Ignite. Ignite is a 2 mana fire spell. Deal 2 damage. Shuffle and ignite into your deck that deals 1 more damage. So this just perpetuates.
2 mana, 2 damage. And repeat this again, just like 3 mana, 3 damage, 4 mana, 4 damage, 5 mana, 5 damage. These days is bad tempo. It is very bad tempo. This is a D. Mostly because the card you shuffle in your deck is not even that good. You have like a worse
You're
Frostbolt.
shuffling a bad card.
Like,
yeah.
This is So you're making your pool like probably worse than your average card, and you had to spend 2 mana to deal 2 damage, which is bad. You get nothing for it. This is bad. It is a D.
Yeah. So once you get the 3rd card, it's good. 2 mana for 4 damage. That's nice, right? You get to pick where it goes as well. Oh, that's nice. But you had to do a lot to get there. So no, it's not good. Next we have Prester's Pyromancer. Prester's Pyromancer is a 2 mana 2/3 battlecry. Your next fire spell has spell damage +2. This is a B. This is good. This card is quite good. I think I raised your score.
You raised my score on it because the banking is very good, right? Because you're playing 2 drops. What do you want to get out of a 2 drop, right? You want to get something. This lets you bank tempo, and it's usually pretty hard to bank tempo in this game. And you're getting an on curve 2 drop that banks tempo. So yeah.
So the only reason why this isn't like ridiculous and I see like my mind automatically went to like the best case scenarios as well.
But what is the best case scenarios?
Like Flame Strike?
Yeah, like, but do you really need to deal 7 damage instead of 5?
Yeah, you don't need it. And also because we've seen kind of this like not exactly like this, but I'm just thinking, okay, even if I had the Flame Strike or whatever, right? There's lots of times that I just need to use another spell to
Yeah.
get rid of something,
Hmm.
and which means I'm not getting like, the stupid
Yeah.
value off of it that I think I am, because lots of times I just have to cast another spell to kill something that's very urgent off first. And then with that, okay, I've gotten the value. It's not amazing. So remember, a croc is a D plus. This is a B. So what's that delta there?
Hmm.
We're talking like
100
uh,
points. Sorry, not
almost
100
100
points. Not quite
points.
100 points.
Not quite 100
Yeah.
points. Like 80
Like, yeah,
points.
like 80 something points. Yeah.
Like 80 points for that. Uh that's good. That's really good. But you on average are going to use it not super efficiently. You're going to get use out of it. It's just not going to be super efficient.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because people think of it as almost not a combo card because the ability is persistent, but it also kind of is a combo card because it is your next fire spell, which you may not draw, you may not have in your deck, or you may have to use another fire spell before you want to use the one you actually want. I see in chat Blast Wave. I see in chat Fire Sale, the next card we're going to discuss. Yeah, those are great targets. But is that going to be the next fire spell you play? Are you going to have that in your hand? Right? This is all iffy. So yes, you get bonkers value out of this guy, but you also could just get kind of regular good value. Either way, it's a really good card, right? But just
It's
not
very
always
good,
the
yeah.
best case scenario. It's usually not the best case scenario, but you're
That's the
going to get
thing.
good things out of it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, and also it's on a 2 minute 2/3 body,
Hmm.
right? Which is not great. And like with all these factors, like I think a B is very fair. Like
Yeah.
we're basically saying this thing is like basilisk levels,
Hmm.
you know? And yeah, I think it's right there. And if you think it's like much better than that, you're giving it a little bit too much. And yeah, it's gonna be awkward. Like you're gonna have to first flame something a lot of times before you get that like fire sale or blast wave value. It's just how games happen. Like stuff doesn't exactly work out the way you want to. Anyways,
Yeah.
next card is fire sale, something we talked about a little bit prematurely. It is a 4 mana tradable fire spell. So it's tradable and it also deal 3 damage to all minions. It's like a hellfire kind of. That's
Hellfire
tradable.
that does not hit face and
Mhm.
that can be buffed by Nestor,
Prester. Oh
Prester
my
is
god.
Pyromancer. And it's tradable. Tradable is so good on this card. Oh, I cannot emphasize how good tradable is on this card. Because remember, you're in the arena. You may want to build this nice control deck that does all these controlling things that be off the board and flip the board and do crazy things. You will fail a lot of times and end up with like some slower mid-rangey deck that's like fine, but if you play a slower mid-rangey decks, quite often you're going to just end up on the board and you're like, my opponent's playing super, super slow. Ugh, I need to punish them. What? Hellfire's a dead card in my hand. That sucks. Well, let's trade it. This is like one of the best tradables for Arena. Like, it's literally like a card that is perfect in the situation that you want it for, which is when you're off the board or even like fighting for the board because you could throw minions in and then use it, right? It's only dealing 3 damage. But in the other situations, it's totally unplayable at all for anything. Literally a dead card, and you can trade it. So good.
It's so good. Yeah, it's very, very good. Um, it's a B plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With all that, you no, it's not an A. Okay, it's a B plus. Remember, B plus is very good.
Yeah, because I
Uh,
mean, you guys see Hellfire. It's good, but
it's Hellfire.
it has limits, right? It's not gonna
Yeah.
like super swing the game around for you like 80% of the time. Like 20% of the time, it'll super swing the game around for you. 80% of the time is just very good.
Next we have Sanctum Chandler, which is a 5 mana 4/5 elemental, giving up decent amount of stats there. After you cast a fire spell, draw a spell. Okay. Look, it's a D plus. You're giving up
A lot of
stats.
stats.
A lot of stats. If you're just playing this and hoping it survives, oh man, the lack of stats definitely hurts it. If you're trying to chain, I don't know, man. How many
How
times are you going to be able to chain this thing?
more importantly, how many spells do you have in your deck? Like
How many fire spells, right? And then total
right, and
spells.
then total
Yeah.
spells that you have to draw. Like a lot of things can go wrong with this one. So I would not take it over a Yeti.
Yeah,
Now,
I
that
agree.
being said, it's very deck dependent. So if you have a deck with a lot of First Flames, and then a lot of other spells, and then some Pyromancers, and then you are, being the all the biggest Fire Mage that you can be, this is a freaking amazing card, right? This card will swing depending on what deck you have. But
It's
normally, mm,
yeah, it's got a little bit of pop off potential. It's why it's a D plus,
hmm
right? It's why it's a D plus, and a D plus is around like 90
yeah,
on the old tier list. That's
yeah.
where it's at. I think that's fair. Okay. Oh man. Yeah. Time to get into so good. We have Clumsy Courier, 7 mana, epic, 7 mana, 4/5 battle cry. Cast the highest cost spell from your hand. Oh, this is a F.
You better be casting a Flame Strike. That's all I'm
So look,
saying. Because you don't target it either.
you don't target it either. Like that's the thing. You don't even get to target it. It's really just flame strike or what?
Puzzle box. I
Fire
see puzzle box in
sail?
chat. That'd
Yeah,
be pretty good.
that's it. I mean, you named the two, and you have to have both in your hand at the same time. That's it. That is it. So once again, look, we rated this as an F. Is a person going to, if you play enough arena, is someone going to clumsy courier into box and kill you? Probably. If you play enough times, it'll happen.
Don't,
It
don't,
doesn't mean
don't
the
be that
courier is
person.
good. It doesn't mean the courier is good at all. Like you don't get to
It doesn't
decide
even
what
mean it's
happens.
okay. It's terrible.
It's so bad. This is it's but yes, you are going to see courier into box. It will happen. It's the arena, right? Like
Mhm.
it's going to happen. Okay. We have Grand
Last
Magus
card.
Antonitis. 8 mana for a 6/6 battlecry. If you cast a fire spell on each of your last 3
First
turns,
flame, second flame,
cat
third flame.
well, there's not exactly a
I'll make a
there's not
third
exactly a
flame.
third flame. Okay, and then you ignite it, right? But if you cast a fire spell on each of your last 3 turns, cast 3 fireballs at random enemies.
Face, face,
I'm gonna
face.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought you'd get like more fireballs.
Right?
Yeah, right? Like I don't know.
Uh,
Is this broken for constructor? I'm like, why don't you get like 4 fireballs? I don't. Is it too? I'm guessing it's too easy to do. But
yeah,
then
it's
like
probably too easy to do. This is probably just like free fireballs at this point.
yeah. But no, I mean this is an F. Like
Yeah.
it just requires so
Too
much.
much
God, it requires
comboing.
so much. And part of the problem with this in arena as well as like it's just they could also just have like random 1/1s. They could have all this stuff
hmm
and like so even if you do this, it's not a guaranteed
Yeah.
like oh I just win the game now kind of thing,
Yeah,
right?
not
Like
even
I
close.
automatically yeah. So no, it is indeed an F. It is terror bad.
All right. Well, that's Mage. It's
Bad.
not. It's just not very exciting. The spells are fine. Like they're not like the most terrible things. You have this like dream, right? That they're setting up quite well. Even with like Hot Streak and Sanctum Chandler, like things that were like, oh, this is not terribly good. But the first flames, the Prester's Pyromancer, the Fire Sale, it's really setting up this Fire Mage dream. And in Arena, you're actually going to be able to realize like a decent part of this dream semi-frequently. This is not like I feel like you'll pull this off much more frequently than you're pulling off the ice stream in the current like base core like arena set. But even if you do pull it off, you're just not getting that much out of it. Probably because it's so easy to pull off and constructed that they can't give you a lot of bonuses for it. And this is still too much of a risk to draft, like to put too much of a thumb on a scale on this one. So it's just not a very good set for Mage. And also everything's on the board, right? We're talking about how good it is to be on the board and whatever. And Mage is not very good at doing that. Tempo Mage has been out of style for so long. So I think Mage is just kind of going to take a back seat in this coming meta.
Yeah. I just can't see how like the real problem is they don't have any size. Like they
Yeah.
don't have any meat. It's all this like, oh, like I dink you with the flame, and then what? What
No
happens?
tempo, no
Nothing happens.
meat, no healing. Like these are all just things you need in this meta, and mages
And
don't have any of it.
really, what were like just the best? Like, what defined Mage, right, in the previous meta? It was a lot of the cards that are going out now. It was these
Hmm.
tempo cards, and then it was like, right,
Giant
for like,
cards.
yeah, it was like Wand Thief, and then it was like Firebrand, with the combustion, with
Yeah.
like the brain freeze and the devolving, and like just all of this stuff. And then if you think about like Mage Scribe, right? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was for every single class, but man, it was really good at Mage.
Yeah.
It was
You also
really
had
good
like
at
Wand
Mage.
Thief, and you had like devolving missiles. Like Mage has a lot of stuff.
Yep.
You still have Grand Finale, so if you get some
Yeah.
elementals, you still got that package going. But how are you going to get there? And what are you going to
Yeah.
do with it? You Grand Finale, they play Battlemaster, they win, you lose. Like it's rough. It's rough. But we'll see. We'll see. You never know with the offering odds what happens. Um, so yeah, that's Mage. You got some shout outs to give?
Yes. So thank you to all the YouTube watchers out there. If you like this, please check out the other videos if you haven't already in this series. We also do the arena coops almost every week. So check those out and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So thank
Oh
you to our
yeah, do
YouTube viewers.
that. We never tell you to like, comment, and subscribe, but seriously, subscribe. Especially if you're coming into this without normally subscribing to us. I think we do like one arena run a week on the arena coop, and we like discuss every move and stuff, and it's quite fun. Um, like a nice, maybe not so chill walk through the meta. And also, on the other hand, if you're like a frequent consumer of our YouTube content, consider joining our Patreon. That's because if you're not a Twitch subscriber, also patreon.com/gradinggoat with our top patrons for August: RV Night Train, Yin, 15 Gold Cringe, Eric L, Aaron LS, Dan F, Karova, REG, 4P, and Brand New. And thank you guys so much for your support. And we will see you in our next class, Paladin.
See ya.